this Faze Clan full Twitter video. Let's get straight into this shit. Fuck it, we're gonna watch it.
Merry Christmas. From Banks, formerly known as Faze Banks.
Is this a hot take? I might get canceled for this. Should you trust dudes that paint their nails? This is a question. What do y'all think? Do you guys think you should trust a dude, grown man, that paints his nails?
What a fucking terrible day. What a terrible year.
Wait, what's
I
going
left Faze
on?
5 months ago.
Yo, what is he draw back here?
And this wasn't for a narrative. This wasn't for the camera. This wasn't for Twitter. This was.
Is this an action figure of him?
It was off the heels of some Twitter drama, and the boys were, getting blown up in their comms and in their chats. And as we all know, in this world, wacky, strange world of streaming, that's really all that matters. These streamers, all of them, every last one of them, are forced to appeal to their comms and their chats and narratives on Twitter. And if they don't, they lose viewers. If they don't, they take a hit financially to their career. And this has a huge effect on who their friends are, who they're in relationships with, all of it. Everything.
That is sort of true, just a little bit. This part is a little true because a lot of things about streaming, I'll get into what I got planned later on in the year, but like collabs are very important in the streaming game. So, I mean, you heard Kai say it himself, but I don't think it matters I think we're starting to get out of the what somebody like. You know how before post-COVID, we were all like, not everybody, but most people, pigeon brain people, they cared about everybody's views politically, economically, everything. They cared about what you think. I feel like now we're starting to get out of that stage where everybody's starting to become a little more open-minded on the fact that, hey, he could have a different view, but we could still, we could still fuck with each other, we could still talk. So, I agree with it, but not totally, because I think the world is
the way
changing.
they treat each other online is completely 100% based and rooted in the feedback that they get in real time from chats and comms. So again, as somebody, an old man, 34 years old, you guys never let me forget.
Damn! Oh shit!
Content, who doesn't have a stream, who doesn't have his own platform. It's impossible for me to create a narrative.
Everybody on YouTube, join Twitch. Everybody on YouTube, join Twitch immediately.
I don't give a fuck to anyways. But yeah, all this drama's created, and we get on a call 5 months ago, and the guys are like, listen, we're over the drama. We think it's best if you just publicly step down from Faze, just to cool down the drama.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. There's no way. You're telling me that the Faze guys looked at Faze Banks and said, hey, with all of your time being into Faze, you having 14 years, 15, 20 years in the Faze Clan game, we're going to tell you to step down. And we've only been here a year. We've been here 1 year. You've been here 20. We need you to get out. I don't believe that. Didn't he hire them? Didn't he tell them to join the group?
Online. I reacted very emotionally to this. I obviously took it very personally and was offended because, again, I used my entire network, every dollar that I've ever made, everything that I've ever had, this brand that I built, I used all of it as leverage to start these guys as a content group and to kick this shit off with the sole goal and intent to bring Faze back to the top, which we did. We did that all collectively. Over the last 2 years, Faze has won Org of the Year twice. And yeah, I was the first guy in the room. These guys would have never lived in a house together if it wasn't for me. These guys are all at minimum 10 times the size in terms of audience and platform now as before they joined Faze. These guys have all made millions and millions and millions of dollars in the last 2 years, and none of them could ever dispute the fact. Max just said it himself on his stream. Joining Faze was one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. I've heard that from...
I don't believe this. I think they're faking it. There's no way. there's no way that they're actually leaving Faze. I feel this has to be a stunt. There has to be something so big going on in the background that they have to do this stunt. I don't believe, I can't believe it, bro.
Lacey, I've heard it from Silky, I've heard it from Jason, I've heard it from Ron, I've heard it from Adapt, I've heard it from every single person that's ever joined Faze.
Everybody on YouTube, join Twitch. Everybody on YouTube, join Twitch.
I'm here to tell you, as former Faze Banks, this was one of the worst decisions I've ever made in my entire life. I gave up my entire adult life to this. I have put myself in millions and millions and millions of dollars in debt. I have never made not one singular dollar outside of my salary via Faze. Not selling it, not buying it, raising money. I've just put myself further and further in debt. I think Faze to acquire and all the costs for these guys' careers over the last 2 years, I think ballpark $40 million. And I think probably collectively these guys have had to have probably made like 20 million in the last 2 years collectively.
Thank you to everybody that's joining Twitch right now from YouTube. I appreciate you.
Has ever gone back to Faze? Never mind me. Even if it did ever go back to Faze, that shit, it's not mine. And I just fucking can't believe it. I can't believe I'm in this position now where people are calling for my head. People are wishing for my death. People are telling me I ruined Faze. I ruined Faze, guys. I ruined it. When I have had not one say in anything that's gone on in the last 5 months, and I set all this shit in motion in the first place. I ruined it. I ruined it. There's 5, 6 individuals who are multimillionaires and have beautiful careers ahead, and God bless you, and I wish you guys the best, and I ruined it. The fact of the matter is, if we went in a time machine 2 years back and I decided to never try to fix this Faze shit, I'd be much better off. I'd have more money, and kids would just be doing what they were doing before. It's hard for me to sit here and take that. It really is. And I plan on going live tomorrow or the next day.
I ruined it, guys.
At some point in the future, and really kind of just laying it all out. A to Z, start to finish, the entire 15-year history of this, specifically the last 2 years, specifically the behind-the-scenes shit and the dynamic between all the kids in the back end. Because I just watched some clips from this Black Boy Max stream where he's playing a laugh track over my tweet, and it's like, Max, I know we've had like our individual differences, and I know I haven't really seen eye to eye with a lot of the talent because truthfully and honestly, I find you guys all to be incredibly ungrateful. I find you guys all to have insane egos, and I think it's disgusting and makes me sick to my stomach that your guys' relationships with each other and with every other streamer, and your community included, is so incredibly fake. You guys are the best actors on planet Earth.
Bro, but that's the... Yo, wait! That's the... Yo, what? Isn't that like the whole game of content, though? Like, the way... Like, I'm not gonna talk about things I want to talk about on stream versus privately. Like, we're all here to entertain. Like, I'm not here to fucking preach to people. I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? I'm not meant for preaching shit. I'm not. I'm here to entertain. I'm here to make people laugh. I'm here to make people smile. I'm not here to fucking talk about bullshit. You know what I mean? Like I'm not here to... I'll put it this way before anybody says anything, right? I'm not here to preach about things and about problems that I don't even care enough to stop. You will see a lot of people do this. They will preach and talk about these problems that are going around, right? There's a problem going around politically. Okay, go change it. No, I want to sit behind the screen and just talk about it. Nothing changes with you talking, though. Do you understand that? All these people that do protests and stuff about, wars going on in different countries, why don't you go over there and actually try and do something? Because if there was something going on in a different country, right? Oh, look, the U.S. They're doing political. They're hosting a rally to stop this country. Do you know how, as a second country, I would stop that problem? Turn off the TV. Like, dude, you being behind the screen talking about problems you won't fix yourself doesn't do shit. Like, oh yeah, I'm the other country right now. I'm watching what's going on. Oh shit, they got 50 million people. Turn off the TV. Now they got 0. Like, that's no understand, we are all entertainers in the content space. In content, we are entertainers. I am here to entertain, bro. I am not here to talk about some BS bullshit that I'm going to pretend to care about.
You've made a complete career out of all of it. Max,
Like-
these are your boys, but these are the same guys that said they fucking hated your guts after you left. And, you know.
I do agree with what he said, that chats can be fake. I do believe that. Just because it depends on what type of people, because you got to understand, the people sitting behind the screen are also people. And you got to understand, with good people are bad people. So bad people can watch me and good people can watch me. I hope the majority of people that watch me are truthful, honest, caring, loving, and mature people. That's the people I want that watch me. Now, amongst those people, are there going to be some bad apples? Yes, but it's not going to be the majority. So for him to say, "Oh yeah, most of his community is just bad," blah blah blah. Well, that would mean he's bad. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I want mature people. I don't want the Roblox people. Do you get what I'm saying? I want people that enjoy content and not, be consumed by content. You know what I mean? I want you guys to watch me when you eat. I want you guys to have fun watching me. Do you know what I mean? I don't want you guys to fucking sit here and then, you know what I mean?
You're the program and you have an ego the size, you think you're Travis Scott and this and that. And also, like Max, multiple conversations about how Ron's content's cringe and you guys didn't fuck with the dad. None of you guys fucked with Lacey or Jason in the beginning. You guys didn't want these guys to live anywhere near you. You barely wanted to share a brand with them. But
shout out to anybody that watches me that's actually cool.
Rage,
shout out to y'all.
And case on, so
Fun?
fuck
Yeah,
it.
I'm fun,
We'll take
I
what we
think.
can get. And then it all worked. And we forced this relationship. And I was called a fucking retard then, and I was told then I was ruining Faze. And now 2 years later, it wound up being the best thing that ever happened. So you understand why I'm sitting here and I'm frustrated. I would hope anyone watching could sit here and understand why I would be frustrated. 5 months later to start
while
a fucking entire hate mob is coming after me on fucking Christmas, my first Christmas without my mom, when all I've ever fucking wanted to do is help Faze be successful. That's all I've ever wanted to do. That's the only intent. Where's the money? I'm this fucking guy who's trying to take everything from everybody. Where is it? Then why the fuck am I millions of dollars in debt? Where is it? It's in Blackboy Max's bank account. It's in fucking Silky's bank account. It's in Jason, Ronaldo, Lacey's bank account. I wish this never happened. I wish that I never did any of this. And they'll all still tell you this was the best decision they ever made in their life. I'm emotional and I'm passionate. I'm never going to apologize for that. Anything that I do, anything that I speak on, anything that I work on, any talent that I fuck with, anything that I touch, I will always be 100% 2 feet in. That's just who I am. And everything that I'm telling you guys right now is fucking straight facts.
Ronaldo.
It's dead wrong, bro. This is unfair. It's unfair to drag me like this. It's unfair,
bro,
to pin me as some fucking.
I think this is fake. I think this is so fake. I don't think this is real. I think they're planning on doing something big. That's what I think.
Horrible guy. Again, the fact of the matter is, every single one of these guys has a bigger platform and an audience because they joined Faze and met me, and has millions and millions of extra dollars because they met me. Whereas I, on the other hand, have lost years of my life to this shit and am significantly worse off financially. Significantly. This has destroyed me. My whole life has been completely destroyed in the last 4 or 5 months, but nobody gives a fuck because I don't have a Twitch chat. And I refuse to be one of the people to just do what you guys are telling me to do. I don't know, guys, this streaming shit is so fucking fried. It really is. The narratives, the clips, the fucking, the appeal to comms and chat and like the willingness to just fucking, it's funny, everybody looks at these streamers as guys and people who have these massive audience and have influence over millions of people and can impose their opinions and their will on millions of people, but it's not true. It's the exact opposite. The The traditional influencer is dead. These kids are the most heavily influenced people on the planet.
Well, here's the thing. Goulian said he literally chose to do this. Here's the other coin, though. He said he lost years of his life in Faze. But all these new Faze members only joined a year ago. What do you mean? What do you mean you lost years when Blackboy Max and all these other people that joined Faze literally joined last year? So the whole time when this the Faze was actually built, majority of the streamers now, like Lacey and Jason and Blackboy Max, all these streamers literally joined last year. So they have nothing to do with the years that he's talking about before. That's literally from him. If this is even real, like I said, I don't think it is. Shout out Faze. Faze is so fucking awesome, bro.
And if their comms and their fucking chats say that the sky is red, and they disagree, and they say, no, chat, I think it's blue. I think it's blue. Once that fucking viewer number starts to fall off, once they start to see L's in their chat, once they start to see hate threads in their fucking comms, they switch up real quick, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about objective truth. It's the sky is red. I've been trying to talk to these guys for 4 or 5 months, and they don't give a fuck. All they care about is their stream, which is completely fine. I don't need them to give a fuck. I don't need anybody to pretend to care. I'm done pretending to care. But if I had 100,000 viewers, if my name was Kai Cenat, they'd fucking be on my dick. They'd be welcoming me with open arms. I would have had a big fucking red comfy chair at the Streamer Awards to fucking, hey, come fuck with us, bro. Let's do a stream tomorrow. Like, that's just what it is. And you guys know that's what it is. And anybody arguing against that is just fucking completely lost. These relationships are fucking fraudulent. The fucking
that's the only thing I don't know. Chad, I want y'all to understand this. I've been doing content for about 5 years, right? I've been doing content for about almost 5. I'm going on 5 years. I just now started to like actually make some money, actually start and build something. I did this whole year, and I wanted to talk about this later. You guys are watching the greatest be formed right now. You're watching, for people on YouTube and the people watching right now on Twitch, you are watching the greatest content creator to ever live in the making, right? I've been doing this for this many years, and I have not once done a collab. I have not once taken a sponsorship. Not once. I decline every single sponsorship I have. I fucking decline it. The people on my team, the team that I now have. Shout out Damien and shout out Jace. I now have a team. Now, after 5 years of doing this, I just got a team. They watch me. The people on my team watch me. I decline offers. I don't want them. I don't want these sponsorships. I do not want to push out stupid brands that are going to take my viewers' money. I have not done a collab with people I don't like. Now, not only that, I have not taken a collab. I have not been offered a collab yet. Have I been offered sponsorships? I've been offered sponsorships hundreds of times. Declined every single one. Have I been asked to be a part of a stream? Have I gotten my flowers yet in streaming and content creation as a whole? No, I've not got one flower yet from doing this. Do I want one? Soon to come, I'm going to get a bouquet. I'm telling you guys, you're watching the greatest in the making. You're watching the greatest in the making. I'm trying to tell you. So, yeah, bro, that's what I'm going to say about that. Now, like I said, I don't know if relationships are fake in content space. I genuinely don't know. I don't know if they're fake or not. I've not been that far in yet.
And
I'm getting there though, very quickly.
Happier than ever
y'all finna see.
Separate way, and I'm glad that what happened 5 months ago. I'm happy to be off of it. There is no future for me in Faze. There is none. That was my last try. That was it.
What was the last try?
There's nothing. I have nothing left to give this. I gave it my entire adult life, and I tried my hardest. And for anybody who's a fan of me and anybody who's a fan of Faze, I am sorry. I've absolutely failed you. And the one thing I'm perfectly okay with taking accountability for is being the root cause of all of this. Because at the end of the day, I am. This is, in a fucking twisted way, all my fault. Because at the end of the day, I put these guys in a room. At the end of the day, I went and raised money. I convinced, these business people that this vision and these guys were a good bet to take. I thought in good faith that, You know, if we gave people careers, if we fucking gave everybody the best resources and this shit worked, then everything else would figure itself out. And I'm so fucking naive and retarded to have not made sure everything was fucking better articulated and solidified and just like people were on the same page. I don't know, man. I failed miserably. It's not the first L that I'm taking in my life. It's not the first time I've failed. But yeah, I wish that, in a weird way, I do wish that I fucking...
Everybody on YouTube, join Twitch right now. Everybody on YouTube, join Twitch.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't know what to do. I don't know what else to say.
Let's finish this out. I'm going to give my last few things. That's what I was going to do. I was going to go to the comments.
Examples of things that have happened in the back end.
Let's finish out this little bit.
And I'm going to be coming correct with receipts. And I'm going to be completely open book about everything. Everything. Where I went wrong. Where I feel other people went wrong. Yeah. Merry Christmas, y'all. I'm sorry. This is it. This is the end. Peace.
Did he just flirt with me? I feel like he just flirted with me at the end. Shout out Banks though. You're gonna scam your audience for the past 2 to 5 years with cryptos, NFTs, rug pulls, claim you're millions in debt. Sounds like Bank can't manage his money. Damn. Accountability, final boss is Banks. What? I guess it is just fate. I guess it was just a phase for them. Doo-doo-ch. Alright, imagine calling yourself Banks and being in debt. Damn. Banks is the type of dude to introduce you to someone, then tell you to cut them off and fire, or you're fired because he doesn't fuck with them anymore. Oh wait, he has done that. The worst I've been doing financially in 6 months. Yeah, no shit, your ego is insane, thinking you should wear only Chrome Hearts archive. Let's read this one. You're millions in debt because you buy Chrome Hearts? Like you're a Gillidan and Hanes clothes just to throw away after 6 months. You guys are not rappers or musicians or even on the same level as Kai Cenat, who all make millions by the week. Don't complain or cry about being in debt when your lifestyle is the reason why you're millions in debt. Fuck out of here, Banks. Some accountability for your debt and stop blaming it on your former members. Like I said, I think this is fake. I refuse to believe this is real. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not I'm not one of these. Thank you so much for the super chat. Everybody join Twitch right now. Like I said, I don't have too much say on these content creator things. I can give my opinion, but I can't say Faze Banks is an asshole. I can't say he's dumb. I can't say Stable Ronaldo is, a fucking evil person. I can't say any of these things about these people because I don't know them. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and talk bullshit when I don't know these people personally. I think Faze Ronaldo, or Stable Ronaldo, Lacey, Platboy Max, Jason Noween, Adapt, Silky. I think all of these Faze dudes, Kason, I think all of these people are good people. Now, is that true? I don't know. I don't know them. I don't know them. Once I get into a room with them and I talk to them and I can read and sense their energy levels, then I'll be able to make a say. But until then, I can't say nothing. All I can say is I hope this is fake. I hope that these guys are actually not falling out with each other. I hope that they're all actually doing good. I hope that this is all just a big scheme into opening something brand new and freshing into the content space, because that's what Faze is known for. Faze is known for just starting crazy movements. So, I wish them nothing but the best. Hope this is all fake, but, I can't, like I said, I can't say too much. I don't know these